Welcome back to NBR with race number 5 of the SCL BRZ Spec Championship. We're about to get qualifying underway. It's the first commentary video we have for the BRZ Championship and one of the bigger races of the season so far. Let's check out the current leaderboards. And the current leaderboards right now are pretty close in points overall for the top 2 positions, it looked, as Mr. Sunshine and Chavez are both really close on positions for first and second, but we'll have to see how that all plays out here at Long Beach tonight as we're about to get qualifying started. Third place in the championship is most definitely going to be taken from me by Blind Ace. As here we go, we're going to hop on board to watch the first hot lap, well, the first formation lap, I would say, of qualifying. Everybody will have 10 minutes to qualify, I believe, for this championship. At 10:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, qualifying will be over, so set your clocks. Here we go. We'll hop on board with a lap with Chavez. We also have some new faces to this championship, I believe. I'm not mistaken. Yes, Spools is new to this championship, as well as LMP Juicebox racing here tonight in the BRZ SCL Championship. There they go. Oh my goodness, and Chavez has sent it fully send all the way into the fountain corner. Unfortunately, it happens to the best of us. Let's remember that this is a very short lap, so I have to grab something real quick, very quickly. Luckily, it's just close by. It is freezing in my room right now, so I gotta put on a blanket. All right. Let's hop back to the front of the pack. This is gonna be an interesting battle for first. We'll have to see how this all plays out lap times wise, because you can set something in qualifying on this track and your race is going to go completely different, because these are almost just a little bit faster Miatas if we really think about it. They've got a bit more power, probably a bit more handling, but on a track like this, it's going to be hard to race. You see Sunshine, who had a wonderful performance at Bathurst last night, coming back to race once more at NBR. A frequent driver as they come down the start-finish straight to start their laps. Spools and Sunshine both looking to have pretty quick drives here. So you can see the top speed on the first lap. Seems Spools has the top speed so far in the session, 134 miles an hour. We'll probably see that shift as the session goes on. There's no draft effect when ghosting is on for qualifying, so everyone's top speed is just pure pace. LMP Juicebox, the fastest outlap. That doesn't say much, but we'll see how this all plays out. He could have just started farther back of the grid. Come into this really tight left-hander. It's really easy to clip the wall on the inside. It's really easy to run wide on the exit. Now into turn number 8. They come down the back straight. There's only a few straightaways on this track. I think there's really only 3 you can consider straight track. It's a track. Even the longest fast part of the track has a curve in it. It's technically not considered a corner, like most tracks would. It's kind of just a very long curve as we come out of turn number 11 onto the start-finish straight. And here we go. This is going to be our first deciders for position. See how those times play out. Mr. Sunshine is going to take the lead provisional pole right now. Spools only a few thousandths off of that time. That's a very close lap indeed. Spools still holding the top speed, 134 miles an hour. See Juicebox following suit with about 4/10 off the pace for the top 2 right now. Oliver with a 33. A 33, Ace with a 34. Well, I need the ticker to go around again. Oliver a second off of Juicebox's time. Ace about a second off of Oliver's time. Chavez is pretty close on Oliver's time. On Ace's time, sorry, I'm mixing up names. See how this plays out. We'll hop on board with Oliver for the battle for position in the back. We have a much closer spread in times. It looks like Chavez might also be running a new tune or is not comfortable with this car as he looked in the Volvo recently. Whoa, Oliver getting a little twitchy there. Mailman also in the fight up here. With the slowest time so far set, but that does not mean he is the slowest in the pack yet. It's only the first hot lap. Anything can happen. You can make a simple mistake. Little mistakes on this track cause big time loss. Go out of turn 11. Oliver getting a little bit into the wall, it looks like, on the exit there. As we see Spools taking provisional pole with a 1:32.092. That is a great lap. Sunshine unable to improve on his previous lap. Juicebox improving a little bit. Ace improving and setting a 32.9. Very good lap. Oliver unable to improve. A little bit of a mix-up here. Juicebox made a pretty good move on his pace, but not close enough. Chavez jumping down 3 seconds from his previous lap. The time to beat is basically you got to go sub 32 or put it in the thousands of that time. Is Sunshine gonna be up for the task? We'll have to see. Mailman making some pretty good moves on his time. However, we'll hop on board with Juicebox, who might be able to push this car into that top 3 for the front row. We'll have to see how this plays out. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the BRZ Cup has standing starts, so grid position is pretty critical here. It's a little less likely you'll get a better start or really good reaction time, at least in this Forza, with grid starts compared to rolling starts. Another lap goes by. Sunshine still unable to improve. Oh, Sunshine does improve! My bad. I thought the ticker's just slow. With a 01:31.779. That is an incredible lap. I'm guessing sub 31s might be possible in this car. But I don't think we'll see that kind of pace here tonight. We have a lot of fast drivers here, but I don't think we have necessarily aliens. But Sunshine is going to move up to take provisional pole, and Juicebox is going to take second place with an amazing lap, almost mirroring the lap Spools set to take first a few laps ago. Spools moving down to third. Ace still with a pretty decent lap with an 0:31.9 that last lap. Oliver with an 0:33. Oh my god, and Juicebox just ruined his qualifying session there. He is definitely going to be out of the count. He totaled that car. I've done that a few times. Luckily, this is only qualifying, so he's good to go. He can, well, preferably he'd pull off the track, but here we go. Spools and Sunshine, they are so close on pace. Look how close their cars are right now. See if Spools is able to edge out Sunshine. Sunshine's setting a ridiculously fast lap, a 31.7. We'll have to see if Spools is able to mirror that. It looks to be really close. And look how close these two are. We're going to probably see some pretty good battling between these two. See if that didn't seem to update the standings at all. Spools still taking third. I believe that lap was dirty. It was an 0:32.05, faster than Juicebox this time, but it looked to have been dirty. Ooh, Ace must have messed up that previous lap because he is down 2 seconds. Chavez into the 32s. Not sure if that's. I think that's dirties. I could be wrong. Ever good to see them making up some pace. Now it seems like low 32s are what to expect here. See how this all plays out. It's a very technical and difficult track. Ah, there we go. Juice is pulled off there. It's really unfortunate to see, but he might be able to hold off his position because there's only about 2 minutes left in this qualifying session. I'll have to see if Spools is able to set a clean lap to beat Juicebox's time. Looks to be edging out Sunshine a little bit here so far during this lap. Excellent driving from everyone here. Rounding out turn number 10, and heading into turn number 11, the tight right-hand hairpin. Sunshine seems to have a much better run out of the hairpin than Spools manages. Spools seems to have stalled down a little bit. As we can see, Sunshine's going to get the better exit by a good margin. Look at that. Look at that pace out of the corner. Sunshine going to be able to improve on his previous lap. He does not, but is very close, and he's setting pretty consistent laps. And I believe that's it. That is the last possible lap they could have made. So the positions we're looking at right now will probably be there to stay. Juicebox is going to take provisional second place unless Mailman's able to work some magic here with a 2:35. Now we're probably going to watch people just set a few laps while they're waiting for the session to end. What a qualifying session. That was really close from our top three. And there we have it. That is the qualifying session over and done with. To set our grid positions. And wow, let's look at those great Forza avatars. Let's look at the provisional results. Oh, well, not the provisional results. The actual results. No, we can look at the times and see everything's a little mixed up here because Forza does things weird. Anywho, starting on pole is LL Mr. Sunshine with an 01:31.779, an excellent lap. One of the quickest laps we saw out of that whole session by a big margin. We'll have to see if he's able to keep that lap consistent though. Starting in second by a very small margin is LMP Juicebox. After wrecking it in the middle of the qualifying session, he still managed to hold second position on the front row by the skin of his teeth. He could have, that's as close as you can get it to number. And third on the starting the second row is Spools with an 01:32.092. Look how close those two times are. Starting in fourth is Blind Ace Gen with an 0:32.9. Really good lap from them. Starting in fifth place is TJT Oliver with an 01:33.2, followed pretty closely behind by Chavez with an 0:33.4. And rounding up the grid is Mailman with an 01:35. And that is qualifying for you. We will be back once the race is all set up and good to go. Oh, here we go. Here we go for race number 5 of the SCL BRZ Cup Championship. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have a little bit of a delay. We're not going to see the start 100% exactly as it goes due to Forza having a slight delay. But we'll be able to watch it, hopefully, into turn 1. Yep, for whatever reason, it decides to black screen us as the start's happening. Hopefully, this is a bug that will be ironed out in the next game. And here we go. Here's the start. Oh, we actually get to see it. And here we go. Down to turn 1 as we're on board with Mr. Sunshine, followed closely behind by Juicebox and Spools. The top 3. This is going to be absolute madness going into turn 1 as it's a very hard braking zone and a very sharp corner. Everyone keeping it in line though, keeping it all together as we hop on with Juicebox. Keep an eye back there for any battles. Spools, Juicebox, these guys are bumper to bumper. It is like LA traffic. It's kind of ironic. We're in California, aren't we? Let me double check that. I gotta fact check this. But Sunshine's slowly pulling away a little bit. Okay, it is in California. I was right. I'm not exactly the smartest person in the room. Oh, a bit of a scrape on the wall there from Sunshine in that fast, tight left-hander of turn 6 and 7. Going into turn 8 here. We'll see if he's able to hold it. Seems like positions have been pretty steady so far this lap. No huge movement. We gotta watch that battle in the back there too. We also gotta keep an eye on the front battle. It's kind of hard to figure out what you want to focus on at these opening laps because it's so chaotic. There's so much going on. But so far, everybody's taken the calm route. We're not going to do anything radical in the first few laps, other than Sunshine getting into a little bit into the wall. And there's a little bit of contact. Spools getting into the bumper of Juicebox, and Spools getting into the wall because of that, putting him offline. It's really hard to pass at Long Beach, like ridiculously difficult. So we'll have to see how this all plays out in the whole scheme of things. So it's gonna be, it's not a long race per se, but there's a good bit of laps to go. There's a good bit of track. We're still very early on, so nobody's making too reckless of moves, but Juicebox is getting a little aggressive, putting pressure on Sunshine here as we go into turns 1 and 2, heading into the fountain section. Juicebox really close to the bumper there. You can see how close they get through the fountain section, but yet they spread out so much on the straights. Ooh, Oliver getting a little bit into the wall there. As we watch the times, we'll hop on with Blind Ace here. Ace catching up to Chavez on down to turn 6. I don't think they are close enough to make a move onto the brakes. We'll keep an eye on this battle. Mailman unfortunately dropping back from the pack a little bit. Got to keep an eye on the times between Juicebox, Spools, and Sunshine, as this is going to be the battle to watch at the front. So we'll also keep an eye on the mid-pack. So far, the Long Beach shenanigans have not become apparent yet, but there's still time. Long Beach is always a track that you can count on cautions happening in. You can almost always count on a caution happening here. But you can also count on people making very little errors. It's a street track, so A, the track is bumpy. It's going to unsettle your cars really easily. B, the walls are super close, so it's going to be really easy to make a mistake and send one and destroy your car. And these tire barriers here are so close on the exits of the corners that you could just barely hit one and wrap your car around, and there you go. The whole grid is involved. Really interesting to see, especially with these momentum cars. This slower track is really challenging because every little mistake you make is going to count up in time on your exits everywhere, basically. Keep an eye on the times in the bottom left there. We can watch the times between Juicebox and Sunshine. So about half a second splitting them, so we'll keep an eye on board with Ace. Ace locking up into turn 6 a little bit. On the exit to turn 7 there, down to turn 8 here. This is a possible passing opportunity, but it's really difficult because you basically have to cut the track to get it done unless you want to put your opponent in a tire barrier. Most people don't want to do that. Chavez holding on for dear life here. Pretty good defense so far. There hasn't been a real attack yet, but we'll see how this all plays out. Ooh, Oliver making a mistake, coming in slow into turns 9 and 10. Chavez and Ace are going to have to go wide around them. Curious what happens. Does Oliver have damage? It looks like he might have, or he just might have gotten off the off pace there. On board with Oliver to check if he has any damage on that car. That's not the right person. There we go. Chavez was able to get by, but Ace was not able to. Oliver does not have any damage on the car. Interesting, just a big mistake from Oliver, knocking him down a position after he was pulling away from Chavez a bit in those opening laps. Keep an eye on Sunshine, Juicebox, and Spools. This looks like it might be a repeat of Bathurst, the top 3 battle, except the top 3 are a lot closer on this track than the last race in the TFG Cup. So you gotta even if you keep an eye on these times, it could mean nothing. We could miss a pass because somebody makes a mistake, just like that. We'll hop on board with the lead battle. We'll keep an eye on the times behind. Juicebox making a little bit of a mistake there, battering the wall a little bit. Everybody's still stable, not too many upsets. Ooh. Oliver getting a bit of a run on Chavez here. We'll hop on board with that. He's going to go side by side, going to take the inside line into turn 9. It's a very difficult turn to pass in. Unless you can get it done early, he's not going to be hard enough on the brakes to be able to make the move stick. And now Ace is going to be on the attack. Oh, it looked like they were going to try possibly 3 wide there. It was not close enough. And Oliver's going to get... Ace is going to go around the outside of the hairpin. Oliver's going to strike that inside wall. Is going to lose another position. That's really unfortunate. He was trying to make a pass there and lost a position because of it. Now Ace is up into 5th. Oliver losing 2 positions from that early incident. I'm hopping back to the battle for the front, the lead. Sunshine getting a little bit more comfortable with that lead. Almost a second between Juicebox and Sunshine now. But Spool's still getting close, honing in on Juicebox. It's very hard to stay consistent here. It's very hard to stay close to each other here. Not that these are very aero-heavy cars, it's just very difficult. Oh, big wall strike there from Juicebox. We'll have to see if he has any damage from that. I doubt it. He's doing okay. He has a little bit of transmission damage. I'm not sure if that's some of the bug transmission damage or actual transmission damage. So we hop on with Blind Ace and Oliver, who seem to be battling it out once more in the midfield. Oh, a bit of contact. Ace not making that corner. Slams into the rear of Oliver and is going to lose a little bit of time there. Has he got any damage from that contact? Nope. It looks like the midfield is sprung out a little bit as the leader, Sunshine, so far is leading the pack by almost 1.5 seconds. There's about a 1 second gap between Juicebox and Spools. These gaps are starting to get a little bigger. Chavez pulling 2 seconds from Oliver, and Oliver has about 1.5 seconds to Ace behind. Up on board with Spools. We'll just keep an eye on the map and keep an eye on the times. Our best lap so far is from Sunshine, who set a 1:31.3. I'm not crazy, am I? That's a 1:31.3? A 1:31.3, the max speed of 134 miles an hour so far. That is some great driving from our leader. I suppose he's going to be able to get into the sub-31s. I said that it was probably not going to happen in qualifying, but I think I'll be eating my words towards the end of this race as Sunshine's just starting to get comfortable. As we hop back on with Ace and Oliver, who seem to be getting a little touchy-touchy here at the back of the grid. Bring out turn number 5. Ace going to be able to get the run. It looks like Oliver got into the wall a little bit there. A little bit of paint rubbing off onto those concrete barriers. It's going to lose you time. Luckily, these cars are built tough. I mean, they're Subarus, basically Toyota. Are these the Toyota? No, these are the Subaru variants. Pretty decent cars. I've never owned one, never driven one, so I can't comment too much on them. But what I've seen about them, they're pretty solid cars. They're very underpowered, though. That's what makes them great for racing. Momentum cars, they're always fun. I love the Miata Spec Championship, Miata Cup. All that stuff is my favorite. He's honing in a little bit on Oliver here. That gap seems to be growing a little bit. It's possibly Oliver made a bit of a mistake and ended up losing some time. Or with Spools is about the same gap. 2 Juicebox here. Lap 7 out of 19, we're starting to run low on race time. We're about halfway there, which means people are going to start getting aggressive. And the last thing you want at Long Beach is an aggressive driver. And look how close Spools is trying to get to the Juicebox now. See the number 87. Beautiful livery on it. Trying to catch up to the number 10 of Juicebox. Hopping back on board with the number 12, battling with the number 88. The battle between Blind Ace and TJT Oliver in the mid-pack. We have 3 groups at the moment. The top 3, 4th through 6th, and Mailman, unfortunately, at the back. Still holding his own, driving this race to the end, which is what is important. But a second splitting Oliver and Ace now. Chavez in his own little world. If these two keep battling it out, Chavez might be able to run away from these two, securing his second position. That's kind of what's happening between Juicebox and Spools in the lead, is Sunshine's able to run in clean air without any stress of somebody battling behind him. But Juicebox is definitely in a stressful environment right now with Spools right there. They're about matching in pace at the moment. I think Juicebox is slightly faster in certain parts of the track, and Spools is slightly faster in other parts of the track. You see Blind Ace getting real close to the bumper of Oliver here. Come through turns number 4, heading towards 5. Ace has got a pretty good run here. We'll see if they are able to keep it up. Ooh, a little bit of a twitch out of turn 5. Is going to lose a big run onto this straightaway. Spools seems to be falling back a little bit from Juicebox. We'll have to keep an eye on those times. Closest battle currently is between the number 12 of Blind Ace and the number 88 of TJT Oliver. It's the TRO car versus the Fissure car. 0.4 second, 0.3 split them. Now Ace is getting real close here. This is not a very good spot to pass, but maybe Ace is trying to get a better run onto the start-finish straight, and I think that's exactly what they tried to do, but I think they had to try and abort it as they were going to head to the wall trying to take that line. Still, riding the bumper in this draft is going to help drag them even closer to Oliver's car now. On the brakes as they rounded out lap 9 here. Well, everyone started lap 9. We're halfway through the race. Actually, next lap will be halfway through the race minus the There isn't a formation lap. Well, I'm stupid. Oh well. Thought there was 18 laps, not including the formation lap. And look at the run Ace is going to get here. The number 12 catching up to the number 88 now as they come down to turn number 6 and 7. Oh my goodness, and there's a massive wreck. Oliver hits the tire wall on the inside. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. That's big damage on Oliver's car. I'll have to hop on with... That was Ace. Ace's car is damaged, and Oliver is going to be damaged as well. And that's going to be a huge upset as we're going to have a caution. The number 12 and the number 88 coming together, unfortunately, at turn number 6. Very easy to do, and we're going to have a virtual safety car issued. As we see Sunshine, our leader, becoming the virtual safety car, the number 8. Slowing down to the virtual pace car speed of 60 miles an hour. This will allow the grid to form up again. Everyone to get close. Everyone who's damaged to hop into the pits. People who need to take an emergency pit stops for heavy damage are going to have to pit again once the pits open. The pits are closed at the moment, I believe. I could be wrong. That's how most of our series run. I need like an earpiece so that I can listen to the VC. But a big upset here. And this is also going to be a big upset for the front of the race between Sunshine, Juicebox, and Spools, because now they're all bunched up again. They're back in they haven't switched positions at all, the front of the grid. But this could be the upset as we're running out of race. We only have 9 laps left. Well, less than 9 laps left once this caution's over with, because we're going to be under caution for a few laps. I can tell you for certain that it's going to get aggressive towards the end. Oliver, the only one to take a pit stop, it looks like. It looks like Ace may have stayed out to avoid having to take a penalty pit stop, or they went in and came out way before Oliver. I wasn't exactly paying attention down there. Chavez so far having an excellent race, up 2 positions from his starting position. But this caution is going to cause a big upset. I know I keep saying that, but it's gonna get messy. Whenever you have a caution, cautions breed cautions. That's what they always say in motorsports, is that while yes, it is safer to have a caution to get everybody slowed down and into groups so that situations can be addressed, and it is more fair to do it that way as well, so that anyone who's slowed down by an incident can reduce their effectiveness. But everybody's bunched up and is going to go racing again. That's dangerous. You have everybody bunched up. It's like the start of the race. Turn 1's always a mess. It's always going to be a disaster. Yeah, that's what happens when the grid is bunched up, and we're going to see that here at Long Beach, which is probably one of the worst tracks to have a bunched up grid. But for us, as the commentator and spectator, it's going to be amazing to watch. Hopefully we get to an interesting show, but hopefully everybody comes through clean and safely. This would be about the time where we'd have an ad break, but unfortunately we're not monetized on this Twitch channel yet. be back once the pits open and we can get things rolling. Welcome back, everyone. I believe pits are going to open this lap as the grid has formed back up. We'll have to see who takes a pit stop and who doesn't. I believe Oliver will be needing to take a penalty pit stop. It looks like they did not open. Oh, they did open. Yep, here we go. Ace is hopping into the pits as they've just opened, as they took damage, and Oliver is taking his penalty pit stop. This is not going to take a very massive change in the grid position so far, but we'll have to wait and see how things get mixed up in the pits. We'll see who gets the faster pit stop. I believe they both pitted at the same time. Ace is going to get the skip on Oliver. I think Ace was started in front of him anyways. And once the grid gets caught up here, we'll be doing a formation lap and getting ready for the race restart. Their leader, the number 8, will bring us to green probably next lap. So we update the grid positions here. They're pretty much the same. Our leader, the number 8 of Mr. Sunshine. In second, LMP Juice Box in the number 10. In third, in the 87, is Spools. In fourth, Chavez in the 69 car. In fifth, after a comeback under safety car, Mailman in the number 48 car. In sixth is Blind Ace Gen in the number 12 car. And last but not least is TJT Oliver in the number 88 car. So you can see the grid slowing down to allow the two cars that had to take their pit stops, either for damage or for penalty reasons, coming back. We will be going green next lap, most likely. And here we go, we're rounding out lap number 13 to go green on lap number 14 of race number 5 at Long Beach of the SCL BRZ Championship. This is going to be a sprint to the finish as we're about to start lap number 14 out of 19. Coming off of a safety car, here is the restart, I believe. I'll have to wait and see if he goes green. At the line. And here we go, I believe we're restarting here. And we are green at Long Beach, race number 5. And here we go, we have the grid already moving around as it looks like Juicebox is under threat from Spools. Spools going onto the inside here into turn number 1, already getting passed into the braking zone. We'll have to see how this splits up. Oliver trying to get past Ace back there, and Spools is going to make the move on Juicebox. Coming into the fountain section, Juicebox looking to get a little aggressive on Spools. They're trying to make a move. Ace right on the back bumper of Chavez as they come through turn number 5, heading towards turn number 6. See how the grid mixes up here. Sunshine getting a pretty comfortable second lead already in the first few corners. Juicebox not backing down, still only 4/10 behind. Heavy on the brakes into turn number 6 and 7. Number 10 versus the number 87 for second and third here. Oh, a bit of a wall strike in the back there. See, Ace is under fire from Oliver in the rear. Well, let's hop on board for this little battle. As Oliver's going to the right, which is going to be the inside in turn number 9. We'll see if he's able to get past in time before the braking zone. It looks like he's going to have the advantage, and Ace is going to have a huge lockup going into the braking zone. He's going to lose the position. Oliver now has his sights set on, and Mailman's going to be under contention from, going to be contending Ace's position now, as Ace got all out of sorts from that lockup. Now you got to believe Oliver's going to be trying to push to get Chavez here. Let's hop back on with LMP Juicebox. The battle for second and third. The number 10 car of Juicebox versus the number 87 of Spools. Down into turn 1 they go, rounding out to lap number 15 of 19. Coming towards the end of this race, so people are going to start getting aggressive, taking aggressive lines, getting pushy and shovey. We'll have to see how this all plays out, because these are big points on the line in the top positions here. Ooh, Juice getting a little wide into the fountain section. Got back to Oliver and Chavez as well, as this is a battle brewing in the making. Oliver driving the wheels off of that BRZ now. Probably frustrated after that incident at turn number 6, I understand. If Ace was not involved in that incident, the number 88 would have had to retire, unfortunately, as that would have been the rules. But there was 2 cars damaged, so there was luckily a safety car that would have allowed them all to pit. And here we go. Chavez taking a defensive line as Oliver squeezes his way towards the outside, and Chavez is going to get undercut. The switchback move from Oliver. What a nasty treatment from Oliver there. It wasn't really that nasty, but it was just wasn't dirty. It was just a good move. They're side by side down the front, down the back straight. Or is he going to get him on the brakes? They're going to be side by side around turn number 9. That's difficult to do. It's going to slow them both down. And Ace is going to try and get into the mix in there. And Ace is going to get on the inside of Oliver, as Oliver's going to have to be forced wide around. He's going to try it on. He's on the bumper of Chavez. Get a little pushing and shovey out of the corner. And they're all slow. Everybody's slow except Ace getting the run. And he's going to get past Oliver down the front straight. You see Spools getting a little bit more of a gap between Juicebox. This is the battle to watch now. We have these 3 cars in the mid-pack, all within a second of each other. Let's hop on board with Ace. Not far from Chavez, under the braking zone into turn number 1. It's lap 16 out of 19 here. The number 69 car of Chavez leading the number... trying to learn. The number 12 of Blind Ace, followed shortly behind by the number 88 by Oliver. Oh, Ace is all over the bumper of Chavez here. Is Chavez going to have to move to take a defensive line into turn number 6 and 7? So far, not much shenanigans going on in this mid-pack battle. Hop on board with Juicebox, who might have a run on Spools here down the back straight. At turn 9, they're almost side by side, almost even to go into the braking zone. Is Juicebox going to be able to make it on the brakes? He's going to try and push the inside. He's going to push Spools wide. Spools is just barely going to miss that wall, but Spools is now going to have the inside line through turns 10, and is going to have the advantage into turn 11 into the final hairpin. Hard on the brakes. Juice putting as much pressure on the bumper of of the number, oh god, what number Spools? Number 87 car of Spools. I don't think there's a number on Juicebox's car. That might be an issue, actually. Down the line, we hope to not see any penalties awarded to anyone, especially this late in the race. But here we go, Juicebox on Spools, lap number 17 out of 19, right on the bumper, literally touching. This is the battle for second and third. These are big championship points and a big shunt there. Hopefully no one was damaged from that. It looked like it was pretty light, but Spools got a little tangled in the fountain section there, and Juicebox had nowhere to go. So they're going to start the penultimate lap, next lap. Oh, Juicebox with a big wall strike there that's going to lose his run. Front straight. It's up on board with Oliver and Ace real quick. We got to check up on this midfield battle as they have the same gap as Juicebox and Spools have now. And turns, oh, my track map's gone. There we go. Turns 6 and 7, pretty clean from both of them. Chavez seems to be securing 4th place by getting a bigger gap here. Still, anything can happen with 2 laps to go. So you can see anything can happen. We're watching the times of Juicebox and Spools in the bottom left there. Sunshine with a pretty comfortable, almost a 2-second lead to Spools now. Is Spools going to be able to defend from Ace towards the end of this race? We'll have to see. It's all about waiting, and Ace is going to... I mean, I'm a Juicebox, not Ace. I'm mixing up my words now. Ace is going to have a pretty hefty wall strike there, and Oliver's going to try and be on the attack as much as possible. Falling pretty close behind here. We head on to lap 18, the penultimate lap. Battle between the number 12 of Blind Ace and the number 88 of Oliver. 69 Chavez holding a pretty distant lead to Ace and Oliver in 4th place there, securing a pretty comfortable lead. The number 87 of Spools has been defending from the number 10 of Juicebox pretty diligently now. But Juice might be having the push to pass here as we'll hop on with Juicebox right on the bumper of Spools. Not going to be able to have anything happen into this turn 6 and 7. And is going to try and push the inside. Is not going to be able to get the outside line into turn 8, which is... oh, wait, maybe... no, this is where I'm on board with Spools. Spools is able to defend that line really well. And here we go. Here's the run down to turn number 9. It looks like Juicebox might have a little bit of a run, but it's not going to be enough. Even with the draft, the bump draft is going to help Spools and Juicebox. Still 1 lap to go, and they're this close. It's going to be very close towards the end. There might be some aggressive moves being made here. We'll have to wait and see. Oliver now almost a second to Ace. We'll have to see if he's able to make up that time. Hop on with LMP Juicebox. This is the battle to watch for second and third. Coming into the white flag is waving for Mr. Sunshine as he is rounding out to the final lap. We watched the number 10 and the number 87 car of Spools and Juicebox battle it out to the finish. These two have been very close all race. We'll have to see if Spools is able to hold on to the second position or if Juicebox is able to get back the position where he started it. Went a little bit wide into turn 1. Heavy onto the brakes into the fountain section. He lost a good bit of time. He lost a few tenths, a huge time loss into the fountain. I think that might be it. Unless Spools makes a big mistake on this final lap, Juicebox might be out of touch for that second position. Still, a podium finish is not bad, but a unfortunate turn of events as he was so close to getting second position. Yep, everything's kind of winding down now. We were expecting to see a pretty close battle there. Unfortunately, we did not see something super crazy. Whoa, but we might see something super crazy in the back as Oliver's gaining on Ace. Half a second splitting him. 0.4. Ace must have made a big mistake out of turn 8. I don't think it's going to be enough for Oliver to make a move, though. Half a second is a big gap in these cars, and Ace is going to go slow. Is Oliver going to try and force it up on the inside? It's not close enough, but within 2 tenths. And the number 8 car of Mr. Sunshine is going to secure the position, and Oliver's going to have a big shot on Ace and is going to, unfortunately, crash the car. I think he was maybe doing that out of courtesy. The number 8 car of Mr. Sunshine is going to finish first, securing a second back-to-back win at NBR. 2 different championships, of course. Spools finishing second. Third, Juicebox. Fourth, Chavez. Fifth, Blind Ace Gen. Sixth, TJT Oliver. And seventh, Mailman. And we'll look at the provisional results. Here, even though we just listed the results, we can list them. We'll have them here, and I'll list them off real quick. This is the provisional results, so these might change at any time. We did not see a clean lap get into the sub-31s, unfortunately. I was hoping to see that, but I think that might be a little difficult. Still, incredible racing from the entire grid. We saw some awesome action, some pretty big upsets with that wreck. Didn't shuffle the grid as much as I was thinking it would, but Chavez getting a pretty solid 4th position finish. Alright, and here are the provisional results. On pole, we have Mr. Sunshine in the number 8. In 2nd position, we have Spools in the number 87. In 3rd position, we have LMP Juicebox in the number 10. 4th, we have Chavez in the number 54. No, wrong number. That was my old number. Chavez in the number 69. In 5th, we have Blind Ace Gen in the number 12. 6th, we have TJT Oliver in the number 88, and bringing up the rear is Mailman in the number 48. Stay tuned if you wish to watch pre-race interviews, post-race interviews, and we'll be right back once that's all sorted. Alright. Sunshine, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Sweet. Another victory at NBR. Oh, I misspoke. You didn't win at Bathurst, did you?
For the Volvos?
Yeah.
No. Anonymous did.
Ah, damn it. I said you had back-to-back wins. I lied. I'm so sorry.
I have back-to-back wins in this series, so you still are technically
okay, in this
correct.
series. Alright, so I only partly lied. I said it was in different series. Anyways, what a race. You held the lead the entirety of the race with very little contestants. How do you feel?
I'm happy it's done, you know. Long Beach is a hard track to keep it out of the wall at, Oliver. So, I thought I was going to take the whole pack out on lap 1 at like turn 5, whenever the left-hander is before the back straight. But
I saw
luckily
that.
we avoided that.
It knocked your mirror off.
There were sparks visible on my screen.
Same.
Yeah, I believe we saw them on the stream as well. But yeah, great race. Thank you. It's awesome to have you guys. Have you back. We'll hope to see you next week at Coda. Correct?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. All right, great race. And we'll see you next time. Next on the list is LMP Juicebox. I think it's been a little bit since we've seen you race in one of these series, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, welcome back. Love to see you back. You had pretty good pace, especially in qualifying. You contested the top 3 the entire time. Unfortunately, that caution brought an end to that 2nd position. What are your thoughts and feelings about this race?
It was rigged. Definitely rigged. I want to recount. I don't know. I don't know if he jumped or if I slept. I don't care either way, but.
So you thought Spools jumped the safety car restart?
Yeah, I don't know. The Chavez dude said that it felt like he was going a little bit quicker than race pace, but I'm not gonna file an incident because you know there's probably stuff that could be found on me, so I'm not gonna do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It was a good race. I feel like I could have had. It's so hard to pass on this track.
Yeah, I could see that, especially towards the end when you were trying to make moves on Spools. It's just there's no room. There's nowhere to get alongside anyone.
Like I got up right up beside him on the one turn I could probably make a pass at, and like I would have to really go dirty to make a pass.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, we're glad to see you back. You had a pretty good turnout still. 3rd position, a podium is still great points. We'll hope to see you back at Coda next week.
Maybe.
Awesome. Alright, next in the finishing order, we have Chavez with another great finish, coming home 4th. What are your thoughts and feelings about this race?
I think I see that my goal was basically be rest of the best, so I usually see the quality times of everybody else, and then from everybody that is like half a second faster than me. I just, if even if I'm behind them, unless they make a big mistake, I don't try to contest the position. So I'm happy with 4. Maybe if I got feisty, I could have tried something on juice on the restart, because I got pretty
Mm.
close to him, and then I don't know, he lost pace like by the swimming thing, like,
Mhm.
and then over there I could try and make a pass, but I decided not to just because I knew he was way faster than me. It was a fun race. The setup was basically the same I use in the RX-8, so I feel comfortable on the track.
That's great to hear. Yeah, you looked really fast out here. Every time you get stuck behind Ace and Oliver for a little bit, but as soon as you got away from them and into clean air, you'd take off away from them, and that shows pretty good pace and consistency. It's great to have you back again for another NBR race, and we hope to see you next week at COTA.
Thank you. We see you next week.
Awesome. And last but not least, Mailman. A little bit of a rough race. You made it up to 5th at one point due to the caution. What are your thoughts and feelings about the race?
I obviously didn't have the pace. Automatic is what killed me the most. The car could get up to 8,500 in RPM, and it was making me shift at around 6,900.
So you're losing so much of your power band there.
Yeah, I don't even think I was able to hit 130 on the longest straight.
Whew. That is rough.
Yeah, I wasn't able to win even with the, or at least get a position with a caution. I wish I had known that. I would have switched to manual, or at least attempted manual during the race. But I was too busy practicing for Sunshine's event because Oliver roped me into it now.
Little shout out to SRL's Nürburgring events. If you haven't seen any of that, just check out the NBR Twitter. We retweeted a post of theirs because I think if you're watching this, you might enjoy that as well.
Yeah. On the other hand, I do think this is also karma, because the last time we were at Long Beach, it was in the Porsches, and if I remember correctly, my wing fell off and killed Chavez last time we were
I think
here.
it did! You're right! It did kill Chavez!
I'm just glad he did far better this run.
Oh, I wish we had a commentator's view of the wing killing Chavez.
Well,
That would have been...
Even if we had a commentary, it would be... You guys would have been focused on the lead cars, because we weren't even sure what was happening until after the race, because he was muted.
Yeah, and then he was just like, some guy killed me. It was like almost dropping a banana in like Mario Kart.
Yeah, effectively, but yeah. We knew that he died, but he wasn't speaking, so no one knew what happened.
I think Karma finally bit you in the ass today.
Yeah, I think anything under 200 horsepower I might have to run manual just for that.
Yeah, it seems to be the less horsepower in a car, the less horsepower you run manual with clutch. The more horsepower you run manual or can get away with automatic. At least that's my perspective on it.
Yeah.
Anywho, thank you for racing with us once again as your resident staff member.
Yep.
And I hope to see you next week at COTA.
Right, Coda. Alright.
Have a good night.
You too.
And that rounds up race number 5 of the SCL BRZ Spec race at Long Beach. We will be back again next week, same time, same place, at 10 p.m. EDT for the finale of the SCL BRZ Championship at COTA. Make sure to check us out. Then we also have a few upcoming things coming up tonight at midnight. Well, for Twitch viewers, this is important. We have the ALS Championship announcement. This is going to be a charity championship. The qualifying will be announced officially tonight. Upcoming next week, we also have the no, don't have TFG. What about that? Hold on, I gotta check our calendar. I forget what's happening. At the moment, I think I know what I'm doing. Okay. So yeah, we only have the SCL BRZ finale next week. It's going to be kind of a slow week, so just check us out next Saturday evening at 10 p.m. EDT. We'll be live here once more. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you would like to join the community or race with us or just talk with us, talk cars, we're a bunch of gearheads in this community. You want a fun, friendly community? Check out Neon Blur Racing. Link to the Discord will be in the description. Check out our social medias if you want to get a little hint of what we're doing. Everybody's welcome. You can join the Discord, sign up to a race, and race the next day. Or show up to one race, whatever you want. We're welcome to all kinds of members. So come join the fun. We'll also be moving towards the new game once it comes out. Thank you all for watching. I'm Gabriel Woodward, and I will be signing off.